Hi, so you might notice it's nighttime. I like to apply my Jamberries at night after the kids are in bed, all the dishes are done, I've already taken a shower, I've done all the things that I need to do with water because you want to make sure that you give your jams a chance to cure. Overnight is good just to make sure that the adhesive takes good hold and there's no possible chance of water getting underneath the jam, between the jam and your nail. So first thing I do is I wash with Olay Dawn. I want to have Olay Dawn soap. Takes all the oils and greases off your fingers. That will be your biggest culprit at having your jams peel. So you want to make sure that's all gone. You also want to apply rubbing alcohol to your nail afterwards. Don't forget to push back your cuticles, clean up your nails, make sure they're ready for application, and then, start the process. Wash, and then with rubbing alcohol. Um, First method you can do is with Scotch tape. You can take clear tape, stick it on your finger. Mind you, you can also do this with painter's tape, the blue painter's tape that's not sticky. That's actually might be better if you're trying to get the best fit. So let me show you. I've put the Scotch tape on, and then you take your pen and you draw around the nail bed all the way around. Now, you can take this. I always double back it because I don't want to get any of the adhesive on my jam. Even though it would come off while I'm working with it, I want a clean jam. So actually, I'll lower this again. I'm going to be doing the French tip with the bow ties. So here's my outline of my fingernail. So I'll then take it and match it up with the size of jam that best fits. Now I want something that's a little bit smaller than my nail because I still want to see a sliver of the nail on the side. Now, especially because I'm working with the French tip, you won't be able to see it. But even with a colorful jam, you still won't be able to tell, especially when you're looking at it like this. You're not going to be able to see the sides. Your fingers come close together, and you want that sliver of nail because you want to be able to take your rubber presser thingamajigger, and you want to be able to press that jam on your nail, and you want to see that it's not on your skin. If it's on your skin, you have a better chance of it lifting later and peeling up. So you want a piece of skin where you can just firmly get it on there and be able to get a good seal. So I'm going to work with also, if you do use the painter's tape, it's much less tacky, so you can go ahead and put it directly on the jam itself, and then you can cut all the way around your template. The tape becomes a template, so that way you can get all the way up to the cuticle bed. You can get a nice close fit if that's what you prefer. So I don't know if you can see this. I'm putting the jam up against, putting the template up against the jam. So this one looks pretty good. It looks actually a little too big. I'm going to go with the smallest one. No, I'm going to go with this one. The more you do this, the more you'll be able to know which jam works best for your fingers. You won't even need a template. You won't even need to be able to size them. You're just going to know. So next thing is you don't want to touch the bottom, the adhesive part of the jam. You want to use your orange stick and you just curl the plastic back and lift the jam up a little bit, like so. See here, and then I press it onto the stick, lift it up a little bit, take my scissors, and I cut. Stick that back down. Okay. Before I apply it, I do the alcohol again. You can't get enough alcohol, in my opinion. Don't want that to be a reason why they peel. Get your heater. Dry your nail, and you can warm the jam at the same time. Now you'll notice a little bit of warping to the jam when you put it on the heat. When you know it's warm, that's when you can go ahead and apply it. You'll see a little bit of warping. This one's now bending back. I don't know. Let's see if you can tell. It's kind of hard. But anyway, so that's it. And then I warm my finger. And I actually want to turn this around. So I'll grab my tweezers, which are way over here. I grab the tip with my tweezers because I'll probably most likely be cutting that piece off, or it'll be coming off. Once you lay it down on the nail, you can take your finger and just press it down so it's even like this. I like to rock back and forth. You'll be able to eliminate or try to minimize any bubbles or ripples in the jam, and you just push it down. So then after I know that I have a nice fit, I just go ahead and I take my rubber thing here, and I just keep going, keep going. And while the jam is warm and your finger is warm, the only thing you want to do is press. Get that thing on there. Just press, press, press. Rub, rub, rub. That's it. Okay. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but I've got a little bit of nail showing all the way around. This might be hard to see on the computer, but I leave that because I want to make sure that I've got a good, nice, secure fit. I mean, I can't press it enough. Sometimes I'll just keep rubbing it until it cools. So you want to do that on all your nails. You just leave it long, leave it just how you cut it. Just leave it on there like that. Do all your nails. Next, when you're done applying all the jams on your fingers, that means they're all cool. You go back to the first one you started with. So I started with my thumb. I did that before. I have it applied. So now I'm going to take, I could take the scissors. I can use my scissors. I can use clippers. Whatever you feel comfortable with. My direct upline, who gave me a lot of tips, she clips her nails a little shorter each time. I don't like to do that personally. I like to keep them. So I'll clip off the excess, and then I have a little bit less. I take my nail file. This happens to be the one Jamberry sent me, but I have this one too. This one's a little more rough. This one's a little smoother. The rougher they are, the more coarse they are, the faster it'll come off. It's a little bit more rough, but that's okay. If you have strong nails, then you can go ahead and use it. So I take this and I go straight down. So I don't know if you can see the little pieces like flying off. But that means that it's working. that's what the pieces that are flying off are the jam that is too long. So once I get all of those pieces off, you want to focus on the corners of your nails too, because that's the piece that's closest to your skin. It's the easiest to miss, and you'll wonder why it's peeling because you miss the corners. So don't start to file them and then have a little piece hanging off and say, I'm just going to pull that off. No, don't do that, because then you're lifting it. So you want to just file until it all falls off. If you have nothing falling off, then you're probably not filing enough. After I do that to all my nails, I then use the bagging method. For the sake of time, I'm just doing this one nail. I applied this one before, so I made sure it was nice and cool when I demonstrated the nail filing. This one I'm still not going to do yet because I wanted to sit longer. So after I've filed off the tip, I take a Ziploc baggie. I then turn my heater on again. I put the Ziploc baggie over my finger like this with a tight fit on the sides and the front, and I fold the front over. I then heat it again, and I let it get pretty warm till I can't really stand the heat anymore on my finger. I let it heat, and then I pull it away from the heater. I let it cool off, because you don't ever want to do anything but pressure when the nail bed is, or the nail's hot, or the jam is hot. That's the only thing you want to do. If you pull it off while it's hot, it may not be set yet, and it might pull the jam away from the nail. So I let it cool before I take it off. And it feels like a really good seal. It feels good. That's basically it. I mean, it's not difficult. There aren't a lot of steps. I kind of use a couple extra steps just to make sure that I get a good application. But if you go to a lot of YouTube videos, people do less work. Maybe they'll add a little coat of a nail strengthening underneath on the base. I have really strong nails, so I don't need to do that. But there are different things that you can find online methods that people use that I don't necessarily use. But you just kind of have to find what works for you, and that's it. And after you do all your nails, you have pretty jams. So I hope this helps. Have any questions, call me, text me, email me, Facebook me, whatever works for you works for me. Hope you have beautiful nails. Bye.